Both Todd Chrisley and his wife, Julie Chrisley, are in prison. They are both serving time for crimes they were convicted of in different prisons. Being apart is not easy for this couple. They are not allowed to see each other. They are not even able to talk to each other on the phone. Despite this, the two can still write each other letters. Julie Chrisley's prison letters to her husband are heartbreaking. Savannah Chrisley is Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley's middle daughter. She has an older brother and an older sister, as well as two younger brothers and one younger sister. She currently hosts her own podcast. It was during one of her recent Unlocked podcasts, Savannah Chrisley shared the letters her mother had written to her husband. The letters the former star of Chrisley Knows best shared showed her mother's loneliness and her heartbreak. "I knew my life was about to change forever. My husband and I stood in our bedroom right in front of our prayer bench and said our goodbyes," Julie Chrisley wrote shortly after being moved to the prison in Kentucky. "We hugged, we kissed, and we prayed before he walked out the door heading to Pensacola, Florida with Savannah, Grayson, and Nick Curdles." Savannah Chrisley became emotional when she read the next part of her mother's letter. "What a sobering thought. The man I had lived with, raised a family with, and loved more than life itself is now temporarily residing in Florida. And me in Kentucky," Chrisley wrote to her husband. "I miss Todd so much that it hurts. I've never gone this long without talking to him," Julie Chrisley wrote in another letter. As heartbreaking as the letters to Todd Chrisley were, the pain of the daughter reading them could also be felt. No one can deny it must be hard for such a young woman to be away from her parents. Add to that the pain she feels for Todd Chrisley and her mother. At times it must feel unbearable. "I can just feel her hurt through these messages, and to just think about how different life is now. Almost a year and a half later," Savannah Chrisley explained. "And to just think that sure, there's some funny things in here. Mom's trying to make jokes, trying to make light of it, but this is her life now. And it's so different than obviously what it was before, in just the emotional aspect of it of having to miss your family so much." Sadly, it may be quite a while before the stars of Chrisley Knows best can be together again. An oral appeal on their case will be heard in April of this year. Then the legal process of the appeals will start. Both Todd Chrisley and Julie Chrisley, as well as the rest of their family, will have to see how the appeal process will work for them. Tell us what you think. Do you think Todd Chrisley and his wife are guilty? What do you think of them only being able to communicate with each other through letters? Can you feel the heartbreak of their daughter, Savannah, as she suffers through this situation? Sound off in the comments section below.